The 36-acre wide Morab lake in Karnataka's Hubli is being drained. This after an HIV-positive woman allegedly committed suicide by jumping into it. Villagers say that they fear being infected by the virus, and health officers, on the other hand, have criticized this move. They say they tried explaining to the locals that HIV doesn't spread through water, but were not successful.
4-5 ದಿನದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆರೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಶವ ಪತ್ತೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಅದು ಭಯ ಆಗಿ ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇವು ನೀರು ತೆಗೆದು ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ತ್ರಾಸ ಆದರೂ ನಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ತಂಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮಗೆ ನೀರು ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಕುಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ 4-5 ದಿನ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಹುಡುಗ ಆಗಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚೆರಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಯಾರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ದೊಡ್ಡ 32 ಎಕರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರವಾಗಿ ಕೆರೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ರೂ ರೀ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದು ಚೆರಿಗೆ ನೀರು ದನಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನೀರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಇದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತು ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಇದನ್ನು ತೆಗಿಯಾಕತ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟಿ ಖರ್ಚು ಭಾರ ಆಗೈತೆ ರೀ. ಆದರೂ ನಾವು ನೀರು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು 8 ದಿನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಇನ್ನು 15 ದಿನ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚುವರಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಲು ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ನಾವು ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ ಸರ್.
This is totally unscientific, as HIV does not spread through water or through food or through the oral route. It usually spreads from the sexual route, through the sexual intercourse most of the times, and sometimes to the blood donation and through the injection needles and syringes through the drug addicts. So people should not do such unscientific things, as it is totally unrelated and unscientific.
But it clearly appears that the HIV stigma very much persists, even in educated states like Karnataka, as we're seeing right now in Hubli, where this move after an HIV-positive woman drowned. She allegedly committed suicide in this lake. But then the villagers forced the health officials in the area to empty the lake because they feared that they would be infected by the water. My colleague Sreeja joining me on the phone with more. Sreeja, take us through the details, because it appears that the stigma and, more importantly, the abject unawareness surrounding HIV still persists.
Well, absolutely, because the onus lies on the state government, and this also brings to the light that there was no awareness whatsoever created, especially not just in this particular villages, but we are also talking about various other districts here in Karnataka. So the latest case that we are looking at is this particular lake. Remember, it becomes a major, especially for drinking and various other purposes, and 90% of the people use this particular water, but only because after this victim, in fact, she committed suicide in this particular lake, and they were adamant and made sure that the water in this particular lake, the water body, is completely drained by the municipal body. And we also understand from the Karnataka government, the officials tried their best and tried enough to make them understand that, in fact, HIV, because the lady was infected with HIV, the water was not contaminated. But however, we understand that they began to trek for nearly 3 to 4 kilometers just to fetch water, only because the government failed to, in fact, extract that particular water from the water body. So for now, what we're seeing at this point in time is that the government is trying to empty that particular lake and also refill it with fresh water, so that the villagers can start using water.
Right, Sreeja, thank you so much for bringing us those updates.